Oss and welcome, full contact karate and coffee. There, right. Alright, today, how to analyze a fight. Quite wide perspective, we have a lot to talk about, but I will try to share a little bit of what I'm doing when I'm looking into fights. To learn and to understand why did the fight go that way or that way. So that will be a little bit on the menu today. If you like it, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you can get the news. And if you have something on your mind, leave a comment. And it could be a topic you want me to look into. Please do. Can't promise anything, but we can see how far we can take it. So, well, okay, analyzing a fight to learn. I don't think I have something that will turn the world around for experienced coaches and fighters. I don't think so, but I will share what I'm going for. If I can be at a tournament, that will of course be the best. I would like to be as close as possible to the tatami, to watch, of course, and to hear. I will hear the breathing. I will hear the impact of the techniques. That's important. That can tell us quite much actually. But also, I want to have the coach. I want to watch the coach as well, because the coach, he or she, they know their fighters very good. And sometimes, quite often actually, they will react on an early stage if something is going a certain direction of the fighter, because they know the fighters. They can see that the fighters with small signs are giving some information out, and this is hard for us that don't know the fighters. We can think it's no, he or she, they usually do like that, but maybe they have something that the coach know, because he's used to train them. And if you see that, wow, something has happened with the coach, because the fighters, tough fighters, they won't show anything. They won't show anything. Of course, the body won't lie. Up to a certain point, they can control it, but after a while, with damage, it's hard to hide all the signs, of course. But as I said, keep an eye on the coach as well. Short eye contact with with a coach to watch if something is changing. That's also quite interesting to follow. As I said, the fighters they are strong, very strong, and they're like poker players. They will never tell, never. Even if it's a good punch to the body or hit to the leg, the face won't tell. So we have to watch the body language. That can give us more information. Of course, if one person is limping, it's no problem to understand that. Maybe his leg is bad. That's no problem. But before that, in an even strong fight, we can see if one person is falling, maybe doing the roll kick, or maybe falling for some other reason, I don't know, but follow them when they are getting up. Watch them how they get up, because it's hard to raise to go up from the ground when your leg is damaged. Your legs are damaged. And it's quite easy to see a healthy fighter getting up, or if one of the legs have been damaged. Watch them when they're going up. Think about it. It's quite obvious. So that's a thing that can give us information. Up, they will not show anything. They can stand, they can look composed and fight, but they have to use the legs coming up on the ground, and the legs have to be bent quite much. And if the thigh or the lower leg are damaged, it's more easy to see. So that could be one thing. Also, if a fighter is, if he stop or using a technique or is making it shorter, that is also, for me, it's quite classic, especially if the punches with the right are suddenly they are not coming anymore. Maybe one or several hits has been aimed in this place, and it could be as this place as well. It could be, and you will see that the punches are not. He's not stretching out anymore. It's getting shorter, especially if it's shorter on one side. That's also something that we have to watch, because then he don't want to open, of course. That could be one thing. So this is just examples. So many small things like that will make a picture of how things could be. And also, if you see changes in the fight, for example, if you have one being very aggressive, going on, fighting, going on, and suddenly he don't want to be aggressive anymore. Why? Is the reason, or it could be like he need rest, that he is punching himself out. That could be one reason, or it could be a reason that he has been hurt. So so changes like this is also very interesting to watch, to see, and try to understand why this change. And if you're watching this on video, if you see a change, go back 30 seconds or something like that, and watch, and quite sometimes you will see, there you get it. That punch. Okay. It was that, because it's very hard to see in close distance, like short movements, but strong movements could be accuracy as well. It's hard to see them. So we have to have something more to find out what actually happened. But that could be something. And if you, for example, add all these things together, if you see, okay, he was changing, why he's not the aggressor anymore? Okay, what's this? And he's punching short with his right hand. Okay, then this could be live as well if you're watching the fight, and you will understand. Okay, he's tagged in his side, quite sure. So that could be something that you will add. The legs, for example, in an early stage, people are fresh, and they will show us. They can take very very much in the legs, and especially if the inside leg are hurt, and the legs are kicked out of position. I will try to watch if you can see a little difference between putting the leg back in place, or if it's a little bit that the leg have to drag it, pull the leg into the place again. To put it, no problem, but if you see that the person is dragging it a little bit, not much, a little bit, because the muscles won't react like they used to be, like they used to. So that could be just a little tiny second, and you can see if you're following that. And that also, if they move, and if it's a movement in the fight, and you will see like one have a little rhythm, the break in the rhythm, small break in the rhythm. That is also something that that tells us that something is wrong with the leg. The signals are being sent, but they're not picked up like they used to. So that could be also something to watch. And it's a dozen more, but you get the idea. If I watched I personally I don't like to see only the knockout, if that were knockout. For example, on YouTube or social medias, people are sharing like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, and you will see the knockout. For me, that's personally I'm not interested. Knockout highlights, no, I'm not interested at all. That's waste of time for me. I want to see how could they set up this technique. How could they come to this goal? That is interesting. Sometimes the knockout is coming out of nowhere. Well, okay, but most of the times it's a reason for why the technique landed. So I like to see what was leading up to it. That is giving more understanding, and that is something also I try to push on to my students. Oh, look at this! This is great. Yeah, that's a cool thing. That's a cool thing. Oh, can we learn this? Can we do it? Yeah, we can do it. We can train on that. But if you see that clip, yeah, the clip you showed me, it got 1 billion hits. All over the world, people can do this now. Why don't try to do something else? We can learn it, so we can make a good defense when it comes to us. But why don't think next level? so yeah, that was a little on the side, but I like to have the perspective always have to be wider. That is important to develop further on. Okay, so but if you are watching home, if you can't go to the tournament, maybe it's a long away, but maybe we can't because other things. We will watch the stream. Usually, and the camera it's up on the center on the tatami, and you will see the fighters coming in from each side like this, and they will do the bowing and everything, and they will go each other like this, bam, boom, and that's okay to watch. That's no problem to watch. But if I can get if it's a very interesting fight, I want more angles to watch. And I'm interested in if some of the teammates maybe has been filming the fight, and sometimes I also see the coach have been filming the fight, because the perspective will change. Looking from the side, we will see this. They will one fighter up against each other, bam, they will fight. If we have filming from behind one of the coaches, you will see this angle, and this is interesting. Maybe you will see one of them is breaking the line, breaking the center line, and the other one is adapting. It could be something like that, and that could be when we are watching from this angle. Why is he you just stand there, not do anything? The other guy just went in and beat him up. Why? But if we are looking from this perspective, maybe he's tried to adapt, and then he closed the gap. Could be something like that. So that is also interesting to see. I like the angles, to watch the angles, and also um, when I have this angle, many times you can see the face of one of the fighters, and that is also really that's something I like to follow the face of the fighter. So that could be another thing as well. If I'm on the tournament and watching, I would like to see the stream or the video after the tournament as well, and I will see it more than one time. I will see the fight, of course, and try to get more information out of it. And if I can talk to the fighters, of course, I try to do that. Talk to the fighters, but I try to come up with my own theory before talking to the fighters. If they can confirm that I'm thinking right, yes. Oh, okay, I understand. Yes, that is better for me. If I go to the fighter and he tells me all answers, I haven't done any work myself. So I like to have an idea, and maybe for those I know, they know me, so I can ask them, did it? And I will have my theory out, and they will confirm or say, no, not quite that, because some more information. It's always good to talk with the fighters and with the coach as well. That is good. But watching the fight at home, watching the fight, it's okay, and try to get something more. Watching the coach, let the fight go, and just watching the coach I like to do, and the opposite one like to do, because as I said, they have some information on the early stage that we can't get because they know the fighters as well. So I like to do that as well. So I think you know by now that I use some time doing this. So I will try to cut down. I have control, I have control. I will try to cut down. Just one fight a day, maybe two. Three is the top. Three long. 3 plus the Ikiwake. But anyway, this is the top of the iceberg. This is something that I like to think about, like to watch, and then I think it's good learning all the time. Follow the fight, and to get the answer, and to learn all the way. If I can learn something, because if I can learn and have correct, I can understand when the other person is hurt, but he won't show me, then I can teach my student how they also can understand that they are doing things right, even though there's no sign of it. Just keep patient, do it, keep on doing it, you will see the sign, keep on. So I will try to get so much information to myself, and also by learning others to do so. But if they can be spared for many hours analyzing fights, and I can give them something in the dojo, that is getting better, I think. Well, I think that's enough, more than enough. So I see you around. Keep safe, and don't forget, train a little bit in between all the videos. I will try to do so.